Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name's Jamie Williams. Joining me in the studio as usual is my co-host Jonathan Sullivan.
Hi Jamie.
And also a good friend of ours and a member of our group, Lee Arnold.
Hi Jamie.
Hello, you alright?
Yes, thank you.
Good. You don't sound very excited about being alright though. Hey?
Yeah, I am fine.
I guess you're getting tired really because you've been working all day.
Yeah.
And then you've taken the time to come here tonight. And the worst thing is you've done your mini invest with us.
Yeah.
And now we're doing the show. And you can only stay for the first 10 minutes as well, which, you know, but at least you can listen to this.
Yeah, I've got
that's one good thing. Yeah. Because you work for, like, you know, looking after people, don't you? So we appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
Anyway, Lee, have you watched much on YouTube?
A little.
I know, I'm winding it up, sorry.
Yeah. No, I've watched bits.
Yeah. Oh, have you? What have you watched?
I've been watching that Dark Territory.
Yeah.
I started watching some of theirs.
Yeah. They're getting some good publicity at the moment.
They are.
Which fully deserved, you know, and they have. Did you watch the Mill Street Barracks one, did you?
No, I watched
No?
I haven't seen that one yet. Is it the Ancient Ramming one, what they've done?
Very good one, yeah.
I watched on that.
And Jonathan, have you been watching much on YouTube?
I have, you know.
Well, that's a first.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, what have you watched?
Dark Arts.
So you watched Dark Territory, you watched Dark Arts.
Yeah, a bit of Dark Arts.
Yeah.
I've watched a few others as well. A couple of American ones.
You couldn't think of them then, could you? Because you had that pause moment where you...
I did. And I also seen something that looks quite interesting as well this week.
Oh, what was that?
On Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Something about an Undertaker.
Oh, right.
There's a new series coming on. I don't know whether it's already on or it's coming on. So it's about a man who he owns the business and his family live there with all the bodies and the ghosts.
Oh, right, so there's going to be ghosts in it.
Yeah. So that might be one to watch
Yeah,
out
definitely.
for.
Yeah. I've watched a couple of things on YouTube, but you know me, I'm into the YBS stuff, Young Bloods and that.
Yeah.
But I've been dipping in and out of different things, and I've had to look at some, and I'm getting a bit disappointed with a few of them as well, because what they're doing is that they're looking over other people's stuff and talking about them.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Quite a few doing it now.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know.
It's not my cup of tea.
No, I don't mind the Nuke 5.
Yeah, well, he's been doing it for a while, hasn't he, Nuke 5?
And that's all they've really done.
Yeah.
So you don't mind that, but then there's other people jumping onto it now.
Yeah, and you know, we watch them. I mean, I like watching Ghost Court on camera and things like that. And the same as with you, Lee. We've watched them together.
Yeah, we have.
And there was a good one. We started to watch it ages ago, didn't we? And it was a fella on his own in a house, in his own little house, you know. But paranormal stuff was going on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And me and Lee were watching it, and for some reason or other, we lost it. We said, we'll watch that. We'll sit down and watch that properly. It looks really good. And we lost it.
For months, once we couldn't find it.
Yeah, was it on Amazon Prime? I can't remember now.
I can't even remember.
I've got it in the house, so what we'll do is we'll look that up and because it's worth people watching it. Yeah. And it was like sometimes he was on the edge of the seat because he was on his own and things were happening in his own house. Right. But he was so calm with it.
Yeah, he was good about it as well.
Yeah, I'd have been out the door and putting the for sale sign up as I'm going out.
Yeah, I would know.
You know, because I mean, it was good.
Yeah,
it was very good. Yeah, I like things like that though.
Yeah.
But coming up in a little bit as well, in about 5 minutes or so, is we've had Donovan Newton in tonight. Okay. We've done an interview with him. We've done a little bit of an invested with him because he'd never been here before.
That's right.
What a cracking fella he is.
Lovely, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. He's starting his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Which he explains about in the interview.
Yeah.
And what he's doing is he's going to be looking at the history of the building and the paranormal side of it.
Yeah, which is quite interesting. It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's going to be 2 or 3 of them, and he's going to be in the UK and in America as well.
Yeah.
So for our listeners out in America, keep an eye out for him. You know, he's a really nice lad. In fact, have a listen to his interview. That'll make you more impressed.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell you what, though, he's tall.
Wasn't he tall? Wasn't he just?
Yeah, he made you look dead tiny, didn't he, really? Oh, sorry, you are.
Listen, he made you look small.
I know. And, I mean, we were in the cellar, weren't we? You just walk under the... you just walk under.
I do, yeah.
And I just duck.
Yeah.
He has to bend over twice, doesn't he, just to get under them?
He was crawling.
Have to fold them over. But you know what? He was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, no, he was. He was really good.
And in the interview, he told me to stop... What was it?
Hello.
Stop babbling on or something. Yeah, you'll hear that.
Well, when you do hear it, you'll find out.
I know, yeah.
It was me that started it.
Well, yeah, it was you, wasn't it? You start everything.
And
do you know
I
what, Lee?
Jamie.
Yeah, do you know what, Lee?
What's that?
When you finish the job and all that lot, can you come back and do the show? Because we'll just push him out, you know. And just for the listeners, we've actually got our own hoodies now as well with the Access Paranormal Radio podcast on.
That's right.
So they look quite professional as well. So
they look good, Jamie.
Well, I took a photograph, didn't I, in the cellar tonight? Yeah. So I'm going to put that up on the Facebook page and that, because it's quite a nice picture. It's the back of Jonathan, so it's a really good photo. No, it is. I mean, they're really comfortable as well. And Lee's seen them, and the first thing he went is, "Get me two." Yeah. So when we're wearing these, people will be able to know what we're doing and that.
Yeah. Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's all about.
We look dead professional.
Looks good, doesn't it?
I mean, we haven't got the looks, but we've got the professionalism.
Well, some of us have.
Yeah, thanks.
No,
sorry, you said about yourself then. Sorry. Lee's talking about me. Yeah, who's Lee?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you walking along before this fella. So did I. He's still here. I just heard his voice.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on a minute. Is there anybody here called Lee? Can you make it? Oh, sorry. We gave you stick last time you were here as well.
I know.
Yeah, but we were saying, have you watched anything? No. Have you done this? No. Have you done that? No.
I know, it's terrible.
We've not seen him for ages, though, so we've got to give him stick again.
Yeah, of course we have. I mean, we all insult each other on the show. Do you know what's nice about this show, and people have made the comments, is we do have the interviews, and we do serious stuff and things like that. Yeah. But we have the banter as well.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and that's what it's all about. It's just enjoying yourselves. Yeah. You know, and insulting Lee. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Oh, poor Lee. He's been working all day and he's come here to do the first 10 minutes, and for 7 minutes of it, we've been insulting him.
Hello, yeah. Great,
so,
isn't it?
Yeah. Are you going to come in more often, Lee? Because
I'm going to try.
Yeah. It'd be good to have you on a bit more, because I mean, I know you're on the investigation later on what we've recorded. Yeah. And it was great to see you actually back in, here doing the investigations with us, because it's been a while for you, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
And it's nice to have you back here. This is where you deserve to be. Yeah. Because I was trying to talk you into coming and doing all this with me before I got desperate and got Jonathan in there. And John feels dead. He's with these new tops we've got now, he's feeling really professional. Yeah. He keeps rubbing it, and is this real? Yeah, it's real. I even have to take a picture from. I mean, we've actually got a live cam in the room now, haven't we?
Well, yes.
Because when we go home, we're going to leave it up for a week just to see if we can see anything happening in the room.
Yeah.
So we took a picture. We said to Jonathan, "Turn round, shows you back while we get a picture of it from the camera." It's not a bad picture. Again, it's a great picture of you from the back, isn't it? Yeah. No, we've just been
here, mate.
I know. Well, we've been trying everything out, haven't we? And, doing and seeing what it was like and that. And Lee, you've got to go, haven't you? Which is annoying.
I have.
I'm gutted. I mean,
no.
Hey, don't be so nasty. I know I'm disappointed that I want him to be on the whole show.
I know.
Saves me talking to you, you see.
Hey.
Yeah, no, it would be nice for you to come back and do the whole show with us, because I know you've got to go and get some sleep before you're up early in the morning. Yeah. But you know what? While we see Lee out, what we're going to do is we're going to play the interview we did with Donovan Newton. Yeah. And what was I calling him? Jason Donovan? Yeah, well, then I called him Donovan from Newton. So, Anyway, here's Donovan Newton. And here's his interview we did earlier on. In the studio now, we've got Donovan Newton all the way from Stockport. Now, Donovan's coming to Mill Street because he wants to do a documentary. Is that right, Donovan?
That's right, yeah, documentary. I want to do a documentary series, really, but Mill Street Barracks is going to be the first location.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the documentary going to be about? Is it just going to be the history, or are you going to have the ghosts in it?
It's going to be the history and the ghosts.
Yeah.
So we're going to be learning about the history before we go into an investigation.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be investigating a lot differently than all the other paranormal teams. Mainly I want to try and find out if the ITC devices are actually real. For example, a REM pod. I do think they're real, but I believe how people investigate with them, see if they go off, you also have to think it's proof. I want to try and get more than that. I want to try and ask to do it on command. But yeah, just really try and find out if ITC devices, are real.
Yeah, and I've got to ask you, and for the listeners as well, is what it says an ITC?
It's an instrumental transcommunication. That's what ITC devices stand for. But what they are mainly, they can be anything from electronic devices, what you can use to communicate with the spirits. So it can be anything from a spirit box to a voice recorder, REM pod. But yeah.
Now, when you come, because we were talking to you off here anyway, when you come along, you were saying that you've got loads of different kinds of electronics that you want to bring with you anyway. Can you give us any idea of what kind of electronics you bring and what's going to be different?
Well, I've got the Ovilus 3. I heard that's very rare to get hold of these days. It's very expensive.
Nice.
I've also ordered what I'm waiting for, a custom-made spirit box called the Pico device. But I've read that it takes a year to because he has such high demand. It takes a year to him to build and get your order out, especially from America as well. So that's quite a shame. But eventually I will get my hands on it to use it. But yeah, mainly as an advance on more because I'm just starting off my series. When I get more money, obviously, and stuff like that, I'll be able to purchase these more high-end devices like geoports and all that stuff.
Right, and what you're recording, the documentaries and that, is that going on YouTube?
Yeah, so it's going to be on YouTube. It's also going to be on streaming sites as well, as VidiSpace. I'm going to be putting it on to them sites first, and then late releases on YouTube and stuff. So the first release will be on the streaming sites for people who purchase them and stuff like that.
Okay. Now, I mean, obviously you're doing this. You've been a paranormal investigator. You've done that, haven't you?
Yeah. I've been so I've always been interested in the paranormal since I was young. I actually tried to do a series when I was younger, when I was in college, when I was around 16. And at the time you think it's amazing, it all looks good, but now looking back on it, it's just cringe. But
that's how people start off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a learning. I had so many experiences investigating them locations back then. But now I'm older and stuff. I've got more money, more experience. I can travel to locations. So yeah, I just know that this series is going to be successful.
And when you started off doing this new series, what you're going to be doing, did you just want to do the history, or did you just want to mix it with the paranormal? Because obviously you've been an investigator. Yeah. So
mainly I want to learn the history because I believe there is so many locations out there what are undocumented. I'm not just going to be covering locations like Mill Street Barracks what are active. I'm just going to be doing locations what are just completely derelict. So there's locations out there what just no one goes to, so no one knows about the hauntings. So mainly we're going to be uncovering new hauntings. For an example, when I started off, we went to a location back in Stockport called St Thomas's Hospital, and Most Haunted went there in early 2000s do a series, but they only filmed in the main workhouse block. And me and my friend at the time, we went all around these outer buildings around the workhouse, and we kind of uncovered new hauntings. We mainly went in there and we filmed everything, and then there was these people who went in who took a picture, and it was a doctor or something in the background, an apparition of a doctor, and that just went viral. And our video was around that time as well, and it went on the Daily Mail and everything, and the channel started to take off. And but yeah, we've gone back to the original question with the history and the hauntings. I want to mix them both together and learn the history before we go into an investigation, and then try and use that history to try and get activity. For an example, calling out names. But yeah.
And I know you're interested in how did you find out about Mill Street? But I mean, obviously, I know it's on the media everywhere at the moment. Yeah. So what made you be interested in this building itself?
The history completely. I think there's so much history in this place. As it used to originally be a barracks, and then it came a tuberculosis hospital, and then it became an events venue. I think with all what's gone on in here, the walls must just absorb that energy and it replays over time. When we go around the building before, and you were telling about all the activity, I was saying there must be like some sort of ley line interception or something where causes this activity, because there's so much in every room, every part of the building. There's just so much activity.
Well, me and Jonathan, we've been here on our own, haven't we?
Yeah, many times.
We were telling you some of the stories before, and I think you've experienced. Did you experience anything tonight, or was
not yet? No, not at the moment. But you can't make paranormal happen on cue. It's you can't just go into a room and expect anything to happen. I've been to so many locations where we haven't experienced anything at all, and then you can go another night and it's just crazy. Everything's going off, and that was a lot with St Thomas's Hospital.
Well, as you know, Donovan, we've put a camera down in the cellar. Yeah. I can't see it because I've done it for you two, and it's just like a CCTV camera. Yeah. And you both can see it. I can't, so just keep an eye on that as well.
Definitely.
I've just seen a big light go across, like a orb go across.
Already?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Are they? Who's in the cellar? We've got other people.
We've got two people down in the cellar now. Yeah. Now, just so everybody knows, we are social distance. We have to say that. Yeah. And the two people who are down there are in a bubble. And what they're doing is they're separate from us. And so they're down there. I don't know whether you can see them on the screen or not, but they've gone into a separate room.
I'm not seeing them for a while now.
No, they're in a separate room, so you can't see them.
So we'll probably get Lee's story when we see him anyway. Well, because we're interviewing Donovan, I nearly called you Jason then.
Everyone does.
I said to you, didn't I would do it.
Almost.
But because we're recording you, we've left them down there because we want to see what goes on, and obviously you can see it. I can't. Yeah. But so was it the ghost stories what attracted you to here, or both the history as well? Because obviously you know that is 1861.
Yeah. It was mainly the ghost stories, but obviously the history appetized me as well completely. But the ghost stories are just completely interesting. I think the spirit of Claire in the cellar, I think that interests me the most because no one really knows who she is. I believe she's trapped down there from what I've heard, because you can go down there and you can communicate with her straight away from what I've seen. But like a spirit like that, they really interest me. Trapped spirits. So spirits like that, Claire in the basement, Bruce the dog, I think that really interests me as well. Yeah. And just completely the whole location just completely appeals to me from what it was.
Well, if you think about it as well, it's got so many layers to it. I mean, Mill Street Barracks, 1861, it's got layer after layer after layer of history. Yeah. So it's the same with the paranormal, isn't it? You're going to have the different layers of the different eras of them spirits.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, you were talking about Claire then. The thing with Claire is we think she was connected, don't know why, to the TB. Now, where we are now, and we've said this to other guests as well, is where we're sitting now. This is where the beds were, against the wall. And
so people would have died right
in here.
Spot,
Well, this was children, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Allegedly, kids, what we've been told is these were children. And so, where you're sitting now, I mean, you're part of that history by just sitting here, You can put it in your head, yourself, you can imagine what it was like.
Rows of beds, yeah.
And, I mean, we took you around the building. How did you feel about the building? I know the
building's amazing. Just seeing, like, the original architecture and everything, that's just amazing to see. And, I just can't wait to investigate it fully.
I know.
With all my equipment and with you guys as well, it's just going to be amazing. I know we're going to definitely capture activity here. I just want to say as well, because of the lockdown and everything, the building has just been completely quiet compared to what it's used to be last year and the year before, when groups were coming in every weekend. And I think locations where people don't go into for a while, I think the activity really picks up. And I think that's here, Mill Street Barracks, because it's only you guys what come here at the moment. There's no investigation, no big groups or anything.
I think we do fine as well, don't we, Jamie?
Yeah, we have.
Week after week, we get so much activity. Yeah. And no matter which part of the building we are, more than what it ever used to be. Yeah. I think it is because no one's coming in.
Yeah. Now, we showed you before, and you've probably seen it before because you've been an investigator. You've seen the cat balls we've got. Yeah. Now we've got one downstairs. It hasn't gone off since you've been here. We've tried it, haven't we? Yeah. And we had it up here on the window ledge out here. Right. Last time we were doing a show, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we were talking in here, and it went off a few times, and it was outside. Sadly, we've left it downstairs in that room. Otherwise, I'd have put it there for us, we've also had it on here in the room.
Yeah.
And we were actually communicating with it, weren't we?
Yeah.
It was Dark Territory then, wasn't it? They were here when it was going off, and I was communicating and asking the question. When everybody else asked the questions, it didn't do anything. As soon as I was asking it, it was it was coming on all the time.
You've been here for years now, and you look after this place and everything. Definitely the spirits know who you are.
Yeah.
I think that's why I want you to be involved, and Jonathan as well, on the investigation, because it knows you two, and I believe a location where the spirits know who the person is who looks after it, I think they can really communicate more.
Yeah, well, Claire tends to communicate with me a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's I don't know, I feel there's some sort of connection between yourself and Claire.
So, I don't know, I mean, she's surprised us loads of times, hasn't she, with stuff she can do.
Yeah.
With torches. I don't know whether, if you've got a torch, we've put torches down and asked her to do something with the torch, and she's turned it on, turned it off, everything, hasn't she?
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's real good proof when you ask a spirit to do something with a device on command and it does it.
Yeah.
That's really convincing.
Now going back to your documentary, what are you going to do? Are you going to do an introduction where you introduce the building and do the history of it, and then do an investigation at the end of it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we'll go around the location with you, of course, and then you show us around and everything, and then go to the hot spots, and then we'll come back later and investigate. But the whole thing about this series, because that sounds like every other series, is that we're going to investigate completely differently. We're going to be open-minded. We're not going to go in there and any tap's going to be like full-blown proof to us. We're going to be very sceptical, and especially with the devices. I'm not saying I'm a skeptic. I'm a full believer. I've seen a ghost, so I know there is something out there. But I just want to investigate differently than how others investigate.
Now, we always come off the cuff. Where did you see your ghost?
Well, it was when I was younger. I was about 7 years old, and it was on a school trip, and I forgot what they're called. I forgot the word for them, but when you going away on like weekend trips, and it's like all for social building, like building rafts and everything like that.
Yeah, and like an adventure.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, and it was this old mill what we converted into a youth hostel, and we were all there, and the school booked out the whole place for us all for this year, for the year group. And I asked the teacher, we were on the garden, it was a summer's day playing around, and I asked the teacher if I could go upstairs to go and get my camera, to go and get my little disposable camera, and they gave me my key, and then we went back up, and I was on my own, and I remember walking into the building, no one else being there except the receptionist, and I was as a kid, probably like talking to myself, playing and stuff, and as I was putting the key in the door, I heard at the end of this corridor, it's a big long corridor, and I heard like another door open, and I seen this mist. It was, the way I can describe it was the legs were like distorted. It was almost like a mist. The legs were completely just a mist, complete, but the upper body, the side profile of this upper body was so clear. And I was a kid at the time. I didn't know what paranormal was. I didn't know what a ghost was, so I didn't react. I remember not reacting at all. I remember going in my room, getting my camera and going back down and not telling anyone. And it was only years later when I started to realise what the paranormal was, watching Most Haunted. I realised I did see a ghost. I did see something. And that's always been imprinted in my mind. I know I'd just seen something there. Yeah.
And it's funny, we were talking off air again about the likes of Most Haunted, who brought, they actually catalyzed the actual paranormal onto the TV and brought it to the forefront. Yeah. Whereas before,
one of the first
it was hidden, wasn't it? We were all frightened to say we saw a ghost or anything like that.
Everyone just thinks you're crazy.
Even if you're a 7-year-old and you saw it, even if you went out and said to them, look, I've just saw a ghost, you'd have been ridiculed then.
People just think it's making fun because I'm a kid.
Yeah. But so
go back to that experience as well. I also want to say there's belief that when children are younger, they have a spectrum where they can see the paranormal and communicate with the paranormal. But as you get older, you lose that. And I believe I had that spectrum. And if the adult version of me was there in that situation, I don't think I would have experienced anything.
Do you think, Donovan, it's the case of like when you're young, you haven't got as many worries as when you're an adult. Yeah. Your world's your oyster. You've got no worries. You've got no problems. Yeah. You don't think of death or anything like that. As you're getting older, that all comes into the forefront as well. and you've got families, you've got your jobs and everything else. So everything becomes like, what's the word? Everything becomes basic, really. Whereas, you can't concentrate on that kind of paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas now we can, because we do go out on investigations, and we're starting to get our childhood back, our 7-year-olds where we're seeing things. Whereas then you can see whatever you wanted. Imaginary friends. I mean, a lot of people say imaginary friends could have been spirits.
Yeah.
Could well be.
When I was younger as well, I used to have a lot of night terrors. I don't remember because I was asleep. But my mum used to say when she would come in my room, I used to be like screaming, get the woman out that room, get the woman out of the room, and and I believe that was the spectrum of what children have, where they can see the paranormal and communicate with the paranormal. But
I think if you could go into, like, if you had a child and you could say to him, now a child, it's because of the TV, children are more aware of it now than what they were then.
Oh yeah.
If you talk to people now, when they were about their childhood, I bet you 90% of them would say, yeah, I had an imaginary friend, or I've seen this lady, or I've seen this man. And they probably were spirits.
Yeah, definitely.
Or a lot of them were spirits. I mean, some of them can't be imaginary friends.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think...
Well, there's a lot of stuff with children who start speaking about past life, saying they were like a pilot and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's, people believe that's like reincarnation. But that's good. Just going back to the children, spirit knowledge and everything.
Yeah. I'm on the fence with the reincarnation.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get my head around that, because I don't understand how we can be reincarnated.
Yeah.
I know that sounds silly, but I've got to try and settle that in my own mind.
Well, yeah.
It's like when people say, I'll take you back to your past life, past life regression. And I've never tried it. I'd love to try. Because if that's true and you can go back, if we can go back, they can come our way.
Yeah. Because people believe that, like, you are someone who carries on for an eternity, but you obviously don't have any knowledge of your past life. But when you die, that your soul, your energy stays in that location where you're most attached to. But your body, or well, not your body, but you as a person apparently goes on to be someone else. Gets reborn again, gets another life.
Do you think what we're learning on now? We're alive. We're in these what people call shells of a body.
Yeah.
What we learn on this life, we must take it with us to the next life, because what's the use of learning anything if we're not going to take it with us? I think we continue to learn even when we go over, because obviously we've got to learn something, because we're now in another realm.
Yeah.
And it's a different realm to what we've been in.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that time.
Well, as I just said, it's all in reincarnation and everything. As you said, you're not a big believer in reincarnation. I'm not really as well, but there is a lot of talk about the whole thing of what happens after we die, not as in a haunting, but as ourselves, like, do we go on to live another life or not, or do we?
I think we do.
Yeah.
We must do, because I mean, you've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
You've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen things.
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe I've seen a ghost as well. When I was a child then as well. Again, that's what we were talking about, the innocence and that. Now, your show itself, will you look at all these different kinds of subjects as well? Past life regression, looking back and finding if anybody's lived.
Well, definitely, yeah. We're going to get a wide range of topics in the paranormal. Mainly just spirits and hauntings. Going on to like UFO and Bigfoot and all that. I'm not really been too deep into all that subjects, but just the hauntings and the spirit world really interests me, especially having that encounter when I was younger. I believe the spirit world came to me. I was pretty much sent to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And when you're doing your show, I mean, I've been telling you about myself, why I'm attached to this building because of my parents and that.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting through your show if anybody else who's picking up the spirits in them other buildings are attached in some way to that building from the past. Like my dad was based here.
Oh yeah.
It'd be interesting to look at it that way as well. Whereas you know, a person might turn around and say, yeah, I've been attached to the building, and see if the way they're connected to the building is, are they getting the spirits in that way as well?
Definitely. Yeah, the whole story with you and your dad really interests me, because you came to Mill Streets before you knew anything about your dad being there, which is kind of amazing. It's like you were drawn to this place.
Yeah. And it was weird because I was telling you about the photograph. I don't know whether you've seen. You've seen the photograph. I remember you saying now. Yeah. I'd never seen that photograph ever before until about, I'd say, 5 years ago. Yeah. And when I looked at it, I did think, I went, "That's my dad."
Yeah, you recognise him straight away.
Yeah, and then when I took it home to my mum, I took it to my mum and said, "Mum, have a look at that picture. What do you think?" She went, "There's your dad." Where's that? I said, "It's Mill Street. It's in the drill in the back of the Mill Street." Yeah. She went, "Oh yeah," and she started telling me more about my dad being here. The only thing she ever told me was that she used to sneak in when he was based here, and he got TB, and he was based here at Mill Street when he had TB, and he ended up in the TB hospital. So I know that little bit of history in that, but to find that photograph, it's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
And there must be other people out there who have the same experiences. Yeah. You know, to me that's the most important thing, because obviously there's my attachment to the building.
There's a lot of stories with people who buy buildings just not knowing why, and then they're so attached to it, and there is some sort of attachment with themselves and the building, which is amazing.
Yeah,
that'd be
interesting, that one, if you've done something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love to go to locations like that and just really find out why these people are so attached to the building.
Yeah. So how long, you know, when you start recording these shows, are they going to be like an hour long or a couple of hours long, or?
They're going to be an hour max long, 45 minutes to an hour, short and sweet. Yeah.
And then obviously you're going to do the extended one somewhere down the line.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there'll be specials and stuff when we go to these amazing locations. There'll definitely be more, but we have to be longer than an hour because of the activity and history and everything to document. Because
we're like that, aren't we? You know, we love. I love watching stuff on YouTube, and I'm sure you do as well, because that's where you do your research and
definitely.
You learn things from.
A lot of inspiration.
And sometimes you're watching them like 30 minutes long. You think, come on, give us a bit more.
Definitely.
Yeah. And even with the hour-long ones, I mean, I always want more.
Yeah. Special,
especially when they're good.
Yeah, when they're not good.
Well, that's the thing. There's somewhat just too long, and they're not well put together and edited and everything. And I think that can just be a bit boring then.
Yeah. And what's your main goal to capture? What would you love to capture on camera for your documentary?
Well, definitely what everyone else would say, the full body apparition, crystal clear apparition. But just activity in general. I just want activity, something to prove differently what everyone else has got. Mainly try and, through these ITC devices, try and get like good confirmation evidence through them. Because like I said before, there's a lot of investigators who rely on them completely, and then as soon as they go off, they think that's full-blown proof. I want stuff where it's like, on command activity like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And as well with spirit boxes, people get a lot of radio interference, mixed up with what they think is activity. And you can just tell, because when you hear a voice come through a spirit box, it's a clear word, sometimes under the white noise, and sometimes it goes over multiple sweeps. But with radio interference, like a quick, quick blip, and then people are like, trying to make a word out of that. I'm going to try and, ignore that stuff and try and focus on like clear long sentences and stuff like that. And that's why I've ordered this custom made spirit box. So, because what it does, it doesn't sweep in order. It sweeps in, it randomly sweeps, so it jumps from each station. All the stations don't go in order. So that's, when people get radio interference, it goes along as each sweep. And you think it's a word, but this one, it completely debunks that because it jumps to each station. So
I'd love to see that one, because I've seen so many spirit boxes and
Paranology is this device. It's a custom made one, but he did them originally, and then some YouTuber did a video on them, and then it just took off his company, and everyone was ordered them, and it's just a one-man company. It's his hobby, so he's like really struggling to keep up with all the orders, but he doesn't stop. He does them all and everything. And everyone gives him hate, saying he's like a fraud and everything, but people don't realise it is a one-man company, and just have patience,
Just good luck to him, you know.
Definitely.
I mean, it's nice to hear someone succeeding in that way as well. I'm making something that sounds...
an engineer,
that's going to, change everything.
Yeah.
It's nice to see new items coming on the market like that. And I do wish him luck as well.
Yeah.
You know, and it'd be interesting to see when you bring it down here.
Yeah, definitely.
Because... You know yourself, Jonathan. We've tried everything, every instrument. We like to go back to our natural selves.
I think that's the best equipment is just your senses. Your senses.
Yeah.
I think that's the best equipment you can have on a paranormal investigation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is we've like we were saying then, you've probably tried so many different things as well yourself, Donovan, and we just put them to one side. We forget about them. Now, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? The cheapest ones always seem to be the best. Now, I've said that before. Yeah. We always look for the most expensive ones because that's going away.
Yeah.
And the cheapest ones are forgotten.
The cheap ones always work the best.
Yeah. We got capballs. I always say, as long as the human person can't touch them, and it's not being interfered with electronics or anything like that, they're the best ones because.
Yeah, they're not made.
Something's got like the REM pods. You know, you've got to touch them for them to go off.
Yeah.
So if you've got them in the building, electricity's not going to interfere with them or anything like that. Yeah. Something's got to touch them for them to go off. Same with the cap balls.
Yeah. I like devices as well, what aren't made for the purpose of paranormal research. You know, like EMF meters, where they're just used to pick up standard electromagnetic field. I think them devices are a lot more convincing than devices what are made, for paranormal research.
Yeah, and of all the instruments you've got, which one are you looking forward to using the most?
Well, definitely this new REM pod I've got. Just because I've heard a lot of controversy with REM pods, if they actually work or not. So I just want to get to the bottom of them. As I said, as we go on in the series, we're going to be purchasing a lot more equipment and really trying to find out if they work and not.
And there's not just you doing this documentary, is there? You've got somebody with you.
Yeah, it's Lewis Davies. He's going to be joining me in the Paranormal Investigations, and I'm also going to be going over to America as well. I'm going to be seeing my friend McConan, who lives in America, and we're going to be going over and doing investigations over there, all ghost towns and stuff from the West Coast and everything. So that'll be later on in the series. We'll cover in the UK and everything, and we'll move on to America locations, and then we'll be going back and forth, mixing them all together. But yeah, it's just exciting. Can't wait to start.
It sounds brilliant because we were saying to you off air, weren't we? We're going to follow you from now to when you make it big. You'll forget about us then.
No, definitely not.
we'll still be in here with our little machines and that, and you'll be like that. I go to proper radio stations now, Jamie and Jonathan. Who are you again?
Well, you guys are giving me a great opportunity to come down there. Meet you guys, come to the barracks and everything. So it's rare that people get this opportunity, so we'll definitely keep a friendship.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we're so glad that you came because you were we thought you were coming last week.
I thought it was over the phone.
We were waiting.
What did I get wrong though, Donovan? I got your name wrong, didn't I? I got you.
You thought I was from
from Newton.
So there's a town. Is it a town?
Not far from here, Newton Lee Willows.
Yeah.
And because your name's Donovan Newton, I thought you said, it's Donovan from Newton.
So I'm literally down the road.
So I thought down the road. I said, come down, we'll show you around and that. Didn't realise you were in Stockport. But do you know what? You've made it tonight, which is fantastic. We're really pleased that you've come.
I just couldn't miss this opportunity, get to meet you guys, get to meet the barracks, the spirits. So it's had to come on, definitely.
So later on, you'll be joining us on an Invest, which when we do the Invest, we'll put that on. You're going to be on one show, and then we'll do the Invest for the other show, you see. That gives you the opportunity then to try what it's like at Mill Street Barracks before you come here. Yeah,
definitely.
And what are you looking forward to with Mill Street? Because I mean, you've never been here before.
Yeah, the cellar definitely.
The cellar.
Yeah, the cellar. Just a whole big interest. It's not because of what it is, what it looks like. It's all dark and dingy. A typical haunted place would look like. But it's the fact that there is so much activity down there. There's so much spirits. It almost seems like that's their area. That's where they go. Yeah. They're interested to investigate the cellar. Right.
And when you're going around all these places, what is you going to enjoy about it? Is it the not knowing what's there, or knowing you've got the history of it, or?
Well, mainly it's going to be a lot of inspiration from Ghost Adventures, where it's going to be very raw, where it's going to be literally just me and Lewis in these locations, or me and McConan in these locations. not going to be any big camera crews or anything like that following us around. It's literally just going to be us on their own, and that's what I want. I don't want people in the building who are, uncounted for, where they could make a noise and then you get it confused with paranormal. Yeah. I want it just to be literally raw as possible, isolated as possible. And the thing with this series, well, it's going to be unique. It's not just going to be locations like Mill Street Barracks. We're going to go into a lot of locations what are completely derelict, on the verge of falling apart. Like I said before, to uncover new hauntings. Mainly hospitals, because there's so many abandoned hospitals about.
Yeah, I'd love to do them.
Yeah, and just no one goes there, and there must surely be spirits there from what happened.
Must be.
Yeah,
must be. Yeah.
Just just have that place themselves, and then we go in. Never had anyone speak to them before, and we've got this opportunity. I think we'll catch That's where we'll catch the groundbreaking proof.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Talking about hospitals, there is a program on TV about haunted hospitals or haunted. I can't remember what it's called now. And it is actually in people in the hospitals.
Right, active hospitals.
It's staff who have worked there and their experiences of the hospitals. Yeah. And I think most of them are America. Right. So there's a good opportunity for you there as well.
There's so many abandoned places in America I wanted to go to for years. Yeah. So hopefully we can get to them as well.
I love the way you're saying America all the time. I mean,
I know
it's a place we want to go, and I think we should go and do.
Well, we've been invited as well a few times.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Yeah.
Well, definitely you guys. I'll invite you guys over. Definitely.
Yeah, make your money first, because we want you to pay our expenses as well. Yeah, we're all right with Mill Street at the moment. We couldn't even afford to go over to America.
Well, I don't think you could ever get bored of Mill Street.
No, I mean, we've been here since we've actually been based here, our group. I've been here since 2013, isn't it? Yeah, 2013.
Just never get bored of it.
No, and how many investors have I done? We must have done 400 or 500 now, haven't I? Here,
at least.
I'm never bored of it.
Yeah. And that's probably going to be me. I can imagine me coming back here every weekend as well, trying to investigate to the bottom of this place.
Everybody who's been here wants to come back again and again and again.
Yeah.
As we've had groups and we've got the regular groups who are coming back all the time because they love it so much. They'll book it 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times in a year, which is great for us because whatever money comes in here goes into the building anyway.
Goes back to keep it alive.
So that's the good part about having the paranormal groups in here. It's keeping, like you say, it's keeping the place alive with the dead.
Yeah.
And but it's true, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very true.
I want to go back to your documentary again because the good thing was with our show is we like to just ad lib. We go off on a tangent wherever, and that's what we're like. We're not into this script stuff. No, because it don't
What's
like
your
the same
next question, Jamie? What's your next question?
What's my next question?
You're baffling on now, Jamie.
Oh, now you give me. Hold on a minute. You give me stick on my own phone, my own show here. Right, I'm going to see it. I'm going outside. Yeah, I've been nice to you, Donovan. I've only called you Jason once.
He's going to call me that deliberately now.
Too right, I am. Yeah. I was being nice to you all the way through this until now.
Do you want me to get him back?
Yeah.
So, this documentary. Have you got a name for it?
Oh, well, that's what we're stuck on at the moment. The name we're actually stuck on, we don't have a name at the moment for it. We're stuck between 2 names, True Theory, Proper Theory, but that's probably going to change. It's probably going to be something different. But we're looking for a unique name. We don't want a typical name. We want something to stand out, catch people's eyes and stuff. But we're stuck on a name. We'll get one eventually.
Yeah. Before you start recording, or what?
What's that?
Is this before you start the recording?
Well, that's the problem. We don't even know because I'm not going to be, welcome to the True Theory. I'm not going to be that sort of person. So I don't know. We'll maybe it'll come to when I'm finish season 1 or something.
Yeah. How many? That's the one. How many shows are you going to have in the season? Is it just going to be 5 or 6 or?
Well, I don't even know if it's to do series or season. I don't even know if to do them. I'm just endless videos. Just do loads of videos.
Just 2 episodes.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. But if we go on these streaming sites, the streaming sites might ask for series, and I'll have to do them then. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, mainly at the moment, it's just recording as many episodes as possible, and then start to release them towards the end of the year around Halloween time, and then just go on again and travel out and go to more locations. But nothing's really set in stone at the moment. Everything can just change completely.
So is this going to be a hobby, or you know, is this going to be something that's your life? You know, I don't know whether you work or not. Obviously you work.
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you carry on with this as a hobby then?
At the moment, it starts off as a hobby, and then I also wanted to be my second job, or mainly my main job. You know, to be not just a paranormal investigator, but a filmmaker as well, a documentary filmmaker. Because that's always been my hobby, is paranormal investigating, filmmaking. So it's time now that I mix them both together and actually do something. Because, like I said, I did it in the past. And then I went off it, and then now I'm coming back to it again. And I know that I have to do it. It's always bugged me, not just leaving this hobby behind. Not having any interest in it. Don't get me wrong, I've always been interested in the paranormal. It's only recently, like towards the end of last year, when I've really got back into it. Like every day I'm on it researching, and it came to me that I have to go out and film a series.
Right. Yeah. And so obviously you're in it for the long term, not just the short term.
Oh no, definitely. I want this. I will always be interested in the paranormal till I die. There always will be an interest in the paranormal for me, and that's why I want to do this series.
It's funny, isn't it? Because anybody who's into the paranormal, like us, I mean, it is a lifetime thing. You know, once it's got you, it's like it's an addiction, isn't it? You want more and more and more.
And you can tell people who don't do it, who don't have a passion for it, because they do a series like this and then they go off it after a couple of episodes and you go back to who they were before. But I know this time, coming to these locations, these amazing locations like Mill Street, that I will be hooked to it completely. Like I said before, when me and my old friend used to do them, it was just abandoned locations. We were young, we didn't have money to travel. It was just these old abandoned houses, hospitals and stuff in our local area. And we just wanted to, advance it more now when we go to these bigger locations like Mill Streets and all these other amazing locations, to hire them out and stuff. But I just know this series is going to be amazing. I'm
looking forward to it.
Sounds really good.
I mean, have you on YouTube? Have you watched Dark Territory?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Dark Territory, Dark Arts, all them
brilliant.
People. They're my main inspiration. I get a lot of inspiration from them.
Another good one, Paranormies.
I've not heard of that one.
They're in Canada. And we got them, didn't we? They're coming on again.
Right.
And what we done, Jason was going to call you then again. What man, you don't even look like him.
I'm just waiting for Kylie to come in.
You should be so lucky. Right, let's call it there, right?
Get one of them on with a wig and something.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. What was I saying then? You threw me now.
Paranormies.
Yeah, the Paranormies. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
We captured them right at the beginning, didn't we? We found one of the videos on YouTube. And they started off, I mean, when we started, they only had 5 people.
5 subscribers.
5 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
So we got hold of them.
Yeah.
And they're from Canada. And honest to God, they've gone from like basic cameras to this high definition camera.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic.
Yeah. That's the thing with, go back to Dark Arts with Carl. When I used to do my series back in the day, I used to watch Dark Arts back then when he was really low, when he had about 2,000 subscribers. And like I said, when I've gone back to really researching the paranormal late last year, and I've gone back to YouTube, and I came across Dark Arts, and he's doing collaborations with bigger YouTubers, and he's got these like almost 100k subscribers now. That to me was, really motivated me to do it, because I could have been someone like Carl, them low subscribers. If I carried on, I could have progressed on, but I stopped, and Carl didn't, and he went on and did these amazing things and everything. And that's a real inspiration to me, proves to me that you can do it.
But maybe that wasn't your time. Now is your time.
Definitely,
and you will do it.
I was younger back then, I was like 16 and had rubbish cameras. And
well, you can see the passion in you that you want to do, I mean, the way you've travelled tonight to get here, I mean, that's passion in itself. To travel from Stockport to here by transport, just for this, I mean, to me, that's says it all,
As I said before, it's a missed opportunity if it didn't come tonight.
No.
So it's dedication, isn't it?
Well, we would have got you in, because I was determined to get you down here. Because we've been talking quite a few weeks now. I think was it an email you sent me? And I said, here's my number and everything else. And because anybody like yourself who's got that passion, and I knew when it was I mean, I don't know how much you wrote on that email.
Like paragraphs.
Oh my God!
I'll tell you, when I talk about the paranormal, I can just go on.
Well, there was a book. It was a book. I read it over 3 nights before I contacted you. But when I see an email like that and you've put that much into it, I think, you're interested. And you've taken your time to do all that for us. why shouldn't we invite you down? Why shouldn't we give you that opportunity? Because I could tell by the writing you were passionate for it.
Yeah.
That's why I went, come down. I want you to see the place.
Yeah.
Because it's great having it in your head. It's great seeing it on the TV and on the pictures and things like that. But there's nothing nicer than actually being here and experiencing it. Because now when you do come down to film it, you know what you're coming into.
Well, it's when I first walked in the drill hall and I was like straight away blown away how big it was. I didn't expect the hall to be that big.
How big it was?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
It must be tiny.
It must be.
Well, yeah, for me that means it's still big.
Oh no, hang on, Jamie. But he's seeing it from a height.
Yeah, he's seen it from different from us, isn't he?
Yeah.
Perspective.
But yeah, you were saying then, I mean, it's completely different to what you see in photographs and everything else.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Because I think I thought I knew the layout of the building, and then since you gave me the tour, it's completely different from what I expected it to be. I didn't know the cellar was that part of the building. You're still not showing where the beds were and everything.
That's later on.
Yeah, an investigation later. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, where me mum and dad used to sneak in together.
Great.
Wasn't it Kenny? That's my brother. But no, it's nice to know. I mean, I don't know. Have you got a building what you're connected to? What you feel attached to?
Definitely the St Thomas's Hospital. I've gone back to my old series. It was with the first location we found. It was just like one of these abandoned locations in our neighbourhood, and we found a way in. And we were kids back then. We were just looking around, and it was me and my friend who decided to come back at night and do an investigation. Because it was so local, we came back pretty much every night during the summer holidays, and we just went back in and we got evidence and everything, and it got us really attached to the building. And we did go there until it was demolished and turned to housing. But the original workhouse building, which sits right next to it, still stands there. And me and my friend recently got into that building. It's been so rare to get access into there because it's been boarded up tight for years since the refurbishment, for no reason, a bit of a pointless refurbishment. But it's been boarded up tight for years, and there's finally been a way in. Me and my friend got in there, and not many people know about it online. And as I said before, going into a building where no one really goes, I think you do uncover new hauntings. But yeah, it was great to finally get in that building after trying to get in there for years since I was 16 or something.
Yeah, I'd love to do something like that. Yeah. We've never done anything like that, have we?
Yeah, and I would love
Urban exploration / ghost hunting style.
Yeah, well, I'd love to go in, and people give me stick because I'm always looking for things for the radio, aren't I?
I know.
They even made me a T-shirt saying that'd be great for the radio or something. What isn't it on it? Haven't they?
Yeah.
Because that's all I ever go. Yeah, that'd be great for the radio. That. So what I'm going to say is, if you can get in, we'd love to come up once lockdown's over with, and we can just go in there and just walk around and describe it and do a little bit of a ghosty.
The problem is the access was very difficult. We had to climb over about a 15-foot wall on a rope.
Okay.
What are you trying to say? Is that true?
Yeah. We had to. We made some little setup up a tree, and then we had to climb up this about 15-foot wall. I bought some tow rope.
Should we rethink this one, Jamie?
No. Have you seen the size? Have you seen the size of Donovan?
Well,
he can lift us. He can lift us over.
Even I was struggling. So we had to lower ourselves down, and then that was the funny bit. We couldn't get back out the way we came in. And I knew, because I'd done so much research in this place, I didn't want to go in there and, like, in case we do get stuck and we can't find a way out. So I did look for like a plan B out, and it was at the back of this site, and we knew we had to go past security cameras because the place is abandoned. It's looked after by security, but we didn't realise they were trigger alarmed. As soon as we went past them, all the alarms went off, and we just ran out of this place. We knew where we were going because we had to jump over a fence and stuff, but we knew we had to go past these cameras, so we tried to avoid that plan B, but we had no choice when we were stuck in the place.
On second
still want to go?
No. I've changed my mind.
A big blaring voice came through saying police have been informed, and it was the middle of the night, and it was this new estate next door that won't call them up.
So you're one of those ones who break in to get places?
We didn't break in, no. This boredom's already ripped down. So there's a thing with trespassing. It's called civil trespass.
Yeah.
So it's not a criminal offence if you haven't broken your way in.
Oh really?
Yeah. So if the building's just left unoccupied and the windows are torn down and people can climb in, it's not really an offence because the owner isn't looking after the place. So that's the situation. I don't know if it's boarded up or not. Been back in about a month now, but it was like that since about November, and it is the security's fault. The security must know that it is open, but it must just be lazy. I don't know, but I know that location, that's probably well, you're not going to be able to come. The location will be granted permission to be turned into flats and accommodation during the summer. So it's soon going to be a building site, which is good because it leaves us as probably one of the last people to ever be in there, you know, to investigate before it's changed.
Well, maybe if you'll let us, we'll come out with you.
Yeah.
And we'll actually record an investigation with you.
Definitely.
For this.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love
That'd
to
be
do
brilliant.
that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
When I get more locations and stuff, I'll invite you down, definitely.
Yeah. That'd be superb.
Yeah.
And are you going to film there at all, or?
Wait, what, the Stockpot Workhouse?
Yeah.
Oh, we've already filmed.
Oh, what? Oh, when you were younger?
Yeah. Oh, no, we filmed recently. We went back in December.
Oh, right.
We filmed the full investigation in there.
So you've got that ready?
Yeah, I've got that ready. I'm in the process of editing at the moment and edited the introduction. But the problem with them locations is that there's no one there to give us a tour around the place, which are going to be in these sort of locations.
Well, that's because there's nobody 15 foot that can get over them walls, is there?
But yeah, that's the only bad part about it. But it still makes it different and unique.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
There's loads.
So we can find us one with an open door.
With a gate.
Yeah. There's loads about, like, Carl will know about them all. Dark Arts.
I mean,
he does that for a living.
Yeah.
But there's so many in the UK where you can just walk into them and it's an amazing location.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
There we go.
I know where there's a graveyard, which is fantastic. You know, are you going to be doing graveyards or anything like that, or just buildings?
I'll definitely do graveyards and outside areas, outside locations, because they're just as haunted as buildings.
Well, we'll take you one round not far from here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I actually did an investigation. We have to call it the secret location.
Yeah. But so no one goes.
Yeah. So because it's respect as well.
That is respect when exploring.
But when we went there, we went with a friend of ours called Shell Louise, an air fella. And what happened that night was fantastic. We saw things, movements and things like that, and it narrowed it right the way down to this grave. And now Shell was picking up 3 children. I think it was 2 boys and a girl, and that. And she'd never been in this place before. She'd never ever been there before, and she narrowed it down. And she was going, "It's round here, it's round here." And she pointed to a grave, and when we got to the grave, there was 2 boys and a girl in it, young children. And we got that. We got voices. Loads of things happened on that night. It was just a cracking night. So I'll take you down there.
Yeah, definitely.
If you want to film that, you can.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that'd be great.
There's a lot of controversy as well with graveyards and where the dead rest, like mortuaries where the soul's already parted. People think, how can they be haunted when the spirit the person hasn't died there? But with your story, then that just backs it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of graves there, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, surely there's got to be something in graveyards.
Oh, definitely.
Got to be, hasn't there?
I mean, the same graveyard. I mean, me and Marie, my partner, and James Anthony, we went there and we were recording it, and I was recording something. And I've actually got the EVP. I've got to find it again now. It's on my computer. And on the EVP, I went out on my own into the middle, and we actually you can hear the child going, "Jamie," really clear. And that, to me, that I know it definitely wasn't me.
Yeah.
And there was nobody else around me, and I was asking him to do something, and I actually said earlier on, "My name's Jamie. What's your name?" But when we were there, it just come up and it just whispered my name, Jamie. Now, before we finish is, what do you think of EVPs?
EVPs, definitely real. I've caught an EVP when we're in this going back to my old series. We're in a building called Birch Hill Hospital. It was originally a workhouse, and it came like a military hospital and a general hospital. And we were in the children ward, and we're just calling out, and there's this clear voice what says "get out," and it sounds like an older female, and I think it was a nurse maybe telling us to get out because there's children here, didn't want us to communicate with the children.
Right, yeah.
And but yeah, definitely EVPs. That's the only one I've ever caught, and I know when I do this series I'll catch a lot more, especially in a location like Mill Street.
Well, we caught one. You might get some EVPs here, because we've had some crackers, haven't we?
Yeah.
Only a couple of weeks ago, we were just outside. You know, with our studio, it's just on the balcony there, and we were out there, and there was me and Lee, who's here now. we were in there, we were out there, and we were recording, and both of us picked up the audio of someone. I can't remember what they said now. Was it not now or?
Yeah, or stop it, or
I've got
something.
it.
Yeah.
I've recorded it. Stop it or something like that, wasn't it? And I said, hold on a minute, you had yours recording. Is it on yours? And it was on his as well as mine.
But
so
there was a
fantastic evidence.
Bang before it and a bang afterwards. But it sounded, and we were sitting up on this balcony, and it sounded as if it had come from the main hall.
Yeah,
and that's so you're going to have some fun when you come here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know. I've got really high expectations of this place. But I think when you do investigating, you've got to try and forget about them expectations.
Yeah.
Going there with an open mind, definitely.
Well, listen to the one with Dark Territory on it. They invest, and they've said to us they definitely want to come back again, not just to film here, but to actually just do an investigation. She said we'll come back up and do another investigation with you. Yeah. They loved it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And we had a great night with them. Same with you. I'm looking forward to doing a night with you as well. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you'll love the paranormal investigations here.
Oh, definitely. As I said, it's a notorious haunted building, and I've never really had the opportunity to be invited to one until now. So it's great to have you here.
And one last question, Donovan, is when are these going to be coming out? So have you got a structure of when you're expecting them to come out, or is it just the beginning of it?
Yeah, so they're mainly going to be coming out towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So mainly around Halloween time, Christmas time, around that time. Mainly when restrictions are lifted, so we can go out and film, travel to locations far from the northwest and everything. That's another thing as well. We're not going to be just going to locations around the northwest. We're going to be going to locations down south, up in Scotland. I've got these locations in summer, what we can hopefully go to up in Scotland, which you'll see on the series. And so we're just going to go to a wide range of locations. And slowly release them towards the end of the year on streaming sites and then YouTube.
Brilliant, yeah. And we'll definitely push you forward. We'll definitely advertise you as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
because we like to, like we were saying about the paranormies. We'd love to watch your progress, because I think you will go from the beginning now, and I think you'll, the way you're talking about it, I think it'll be a hit.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, thank you.
So what we're going to do now is, for not this week's show, but for next week's show, we're going to do a paranormal investigation with you, because you've never done one.
No.
So we said, come on, let's go and do it.
Definitely.
So you can't wait for that, can you?
Yeah, I'm dead excited. Yeah,
so...
it was good enough with a little walk around before doing the full investigation.
Well, the funny thing is, before that, we go on the investigation, is when we were walking round, there's a couple of things happened to me, wasn't it? One was we were in here, and you were in here with us, and Jonathan was sitting where he is, you were sitting where you are, social distancing, and I thought you were talking to me. I thought you said Jamie, didn't you?
That's right, because you just looked at me.
Because I was doing something, I was setting up this to record the show, and I was just fiddling about, messing around with the computer, and I looked straight at Jonathan, because I honestly thought, he's going to say something to me now, because in the microphone, in the headphones, sorry, not the microphone, I actually heard my name, and I was like, Jamie, like that. And I thought it was him trying to say something to me to get me attention. And when I looked at he was like that looking at me thing. And I said,
what did you do?
You just said something to me. And he went, no. I said, I thought, I'm sure you just mentioned my name. He said, no.
Well, didn't you, when you're the one with Sean Kenner, he said that you were doing an interview like you did now, and you heard a clear voice say hello or something.
That's right. Yeah. Hello. And then Sean got up and went outside to check everywhere and to call out. And while he was out there, I mean, Carl was sitting there and Sean was sitting there, Sean Owen. Carl was sitting where you were. And Carl and the rest of us here laughing. Now, to have dark arts who are very, very intelligent people, very wary of what's going on, to turn around and say, we all heard it. All of us heard it in our headphones.
Because they've been to some top locations. And I think that's what's amazing with it as well. They're drawn back to Mill Streets when even though they've been all around the UK on some amazing locations. There's something special about Mill Street that attracts these big names to come back.
Definitely. And that's what we like about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Donovan, thanks for coming in and doing the interview.
No, thanks for inviting me.
And I'm looking forward now to giving you an experience of an investigation. Your very first experience of an investigation in Mill Street. So you won't go away disappointed, I'll tell you.
No.
You might go away disappointed with us, but... well, Jonathan anyway.
I'm sure it's the first of many.
Yeah, it will be. We definitely will be.
Back and do this again.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So
I've never had the opportunity to speak to people who are like mine in the paranormal. I've only really gone into deep conversation with people, my friends and my family and stuff, and I've only really spoke to people on public and investigated like haunted happenings and stuff like that, but I've never really sat down with you guys and had a deep conversation, so it's been great. I'd love to do it again.
No, you're more than welcome to. And I mean, even if you can't get down here, what we'll do is ring you up and we'll keep an eye on your progress and how you're getting on, and we'll keep the listeners up to date. Even if we just message and say how you're getting on, then we can say Donovan's done this, and we'll get you on again. Definitely, whenever you come here, we'll get you on anyway, because it'd be great to have you as a regular.
Well, once I'm a driving license, it's like 30 minutes on the motorway and then I'm here, so
brilliant.
I'll probably be coming out all the time.
Won't matter if you want to come with us, if you want to sit in here, that's fine with us. That's great.
Cheers.
So Donovan Newton from Stockport. Why do you have to have a name with a local
place?
It right. So it's Donovan Newton from Newport. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thank you very much for the invite. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Wasn't Donovan Newton good?
Brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah, really nice fella as well.
Yeah.
Glad he come along. Glad he's experienced Mill Street Barracks. And a little bit later on, well, in about 5 minutes or so, we've actually got part 1 of the investigation we've done with him.
That's
and
right.
part 2 obviously is going to be the following week.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good. I'm not going to say what's happened or if anything happened or whatever, because it spoils it for people, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does,
But the stuff he's going to be doing sounds really good.
It does sound really good, doesn't it? And a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because he's doing history and paranormal.
I know,
in the same little documentary.
And going back to little Lee Arnold, it's a shame he had to go, wasn't it? Because he didn't have a chance to listen to that, but he'll be listening to it when it goes out on the radio anyway.
Yeah.
And sadly, Lee had to go early because he does work. He works early in the mornings.
Yeah.
And but we're going to have him on. We're definitely going to have Lee on again soon, and we want him to come on for the full show.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Lee as well.
Well, I've not seen him for a while.
No. So he looked. I mean, his hair's growing, hasn't it? Because
his hair has grown.
Same as mine. It's called a lockdown hairstyle.
Yeah.
But going back to the paranormal stuff, though. I mean, when we were talking to Donovan.
Yeah.
And we were setting up this to record it, weren't we, to do the interview and that. And the strangest thing happened is when I was doing this, and all of a sudden through the headphones, I heard my name, Jamie.
I know.
And I was thinking, and I looked at you thinking, what do you want?
Well, I sit opposite you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you just like set it all up.
Have a glass of water. Have a drink of water.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And you just turned around and looked at me.
Yeah.
It was like whiplash, and I thought...
Yeah.
And I was like...
It was clear.
What?
Yeah. Well, I thought you were saying Jamie.
No.
Because I thought you were, because we were setting up and setting all the microphones and everything.
No.
That No, so that was strange. And Donovan was here. But he was oblivious to it because he was fiddling around with his stuff and that, getting them ready to do an invest.
Yeah.
And I just looked at you. You just say my name. And when you said you didn't, then I thought, oh,
no, definitely not.
That was interesting.
It was a good start to the night.
It was. Well, it was for you.
Brilliant.
It was for you. No, it was
good.
And I know we've got tonight. We've got the interview with Donovan, and then we're going to do the mini invest in a minute. Mini? It was an hour long.
Yeah, well, that is mini, isn't it?
But it is to us, It is very mini to us.
It's all right.
But what we're going to start doing is I'm going to try and get hold of these locations and see if we can do interviews with them. And their
really
ghost stories. We get the interviews with the people, and it's fantastic. Love that.
Yeah.
We're booked up till May now for the interviews, which is superb.
Yeah, brilliant.
And what I want to try and do is get in the even if it's only half an hour of a location, the history, or not the history, more of the ghost side of it, more of the unexplained.
Some of the bigger stories from them.
And that would be good to do. And I'm going to try and get hold of some of them.
Yeah.
And I know you'll try, won't you?
Oh, I certainly will, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you? You well, okay.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's good because we're getting to know them as well. And it's,
that's it, isn't it?
And after this lockdown, I mean, we've got to give them some kind of...
they need
and it comes down some kind of plug, really, because...
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it?
In that way, we're going to do that through the interviews. And, I mean, it'd be great to hear their stories from those who run the place or own the place.
That's right, yeah.
And that's the good fun of it, what they've experienced.
Did you hear the sad news as well?
No.
About the place shutting down.
Which one?
Drakelow Tunnels.
Is it?
Yeah, it's closed.
Because of lockdown again?
Because of lockdown, because of money.
It's you know what, it's a shame. And it'd be nice if it reopened again and the paranormal groups out there started booking it, because, although we've all been in lockdown, how do they feel? I mean, there's been no money coming in for them.
That's it, isn't it?
In any of the buildings.
No.
And we here at Mill Street Barracks, I mean, we felt it. We've had to tighten our budgets as well because of the the lockdown.
That's it.
So we want the groups to come back because for them, one, they're getting a great experience, and two, we're able to keep the building going.
That's it, isn't it?
And people who've been here know how big this building is, and the maintenance of it's quite a lot of money. So and there's other buildings bigger than this and older than us who need that kind of money.
That's it.
So I'm going to look forward to seeing the groups going back into them and having investigations again.
That's
I'd love to see them and to hear how they're getting on and things like that.
That's it, isn't it?
I know we can't go out investigating.
Yeah.
And it frustrates us because we can't.
Does, yeah.
So how does it feel for the buildings?
I know. I think it must be even worse, especially for some of them. I mean, I think it was Drakelow. I think that's all it was used for, wasn't it? So
which is sad.
It is, and it's a shame. And the shame of it is, I think there's going to be more places.
That's the sad
probably
part.
Do the same.
And some places do depend on the paranormal investigations going on there.
Yeah, so.
Which is sad as well. You shouldn't. There should be some kind of funds for them.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about the paranormal people. They're going in there, they're paying a fee, and it's keeping possibly a historical place open.
Yeah, that's it.
And public is seeing places they've never been before.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's all good, isn't it?
Exactly, it is.
And it'll all be much better when it all opens back up again.
Oh, yeah, roll on April or May.
Yeah.
That's when we can start again. And it'd be great to meet the groups again.
Yeah.
Those who've survived. Hopefully, most of them have. But
I know.
Obviously, some of them are going to be disbanded, which is sad.
I mean, some of them probably go the separate ways, or will have had different things to do. They might have different jobs, or you don't know, do you?
Well, let's hope that those groups who are out there keep coming, keep going forward.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat. We've got my group, or our group, I'm going to say, Ghost Quest Paranormal. Liverpool, because there are a few other Ghost Quests have appeared. We're still here. We're still friends. We still keep in touch. And we're all looking forward to it, So, although we've had the pandemic and we've not been able to see each other, at least we've been in touch with each other, and we can continue where we left off as soon as we go back.
That's right. And
it's the same with all the groups.
Hopefully so.
So for any group out there, I really hope that you're soon back on your feet.
Yeah.
And Jonathan, what I'm going to do now is we're going to play the first part of the paranormal investigation. Now, what we've done is we went down into the cellar, didn't we? We did. Hopefully, we'll get to some bigger places or different places.
Hopefully soon, eh?
Yeah, what we've done is we went down into the cellar. Yeah. And this is the first part with Donovan, who's never been here before. And we had to give him that experience. Yeah. There was me, yourself, Donovan, and Lee Arnold. Yeah. And this is the first part of that little bit of an investigation we did a little bit earlier on. We're now in the cellar, our favourite place. We've got Donovan Newton with us, Lee Arnold, Jonathan Sullivan and myself, Jamie Williams. Self-distancing. We're keeping to the rules. This is Donovan's very first time you've been here, isn't it?
Yeah, very excited. Very excited.
You'll love it if things kick off.
Yeah.
Lee, you haven't been in here for a while, but you did a little bit of a go earlier on, didn't you, while we were recording?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And you got a few things happening to you.
We did.
Didn't you?
Yeah. A few lights going off. A few noises and bangs. Yeah, that's about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
And Jonathan, we were stuck up in the room.
Well,
we had to interview that Donovan lad.
I know.
Just be nice to him and that.
Yeah. Oh God, he's still here.
Oh, is he? Right, okay, fair enough. You didn't tell me that, did you?
Thinking I was the ghost.
We did speak to him right at the beginning, mind you, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hoping it was him.
No.
Let me just check that light. See, look at that foot rocking and it's only just going off.
Yeah.
So, just to let people know, we've got REM pods all over the place. We've got the cat balls which flicker if anything knocks them. There's a few of them around. Donovan, have you got anything around?
Yeah, I've got my REM pod on over here. And I'm going to have the my digital voice recorder on as well to see if we get any EVPs.
No, just so people know we're in
That was me.
just so people know we're in the middle room and we're all sitting away from each other, self-distancing. We've also got like a creepy doll which Lee, you made, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Actually, you made the REM pods and the creepy doll.
I did, yeah.
Which is very creepy.
Yeah, it's got a creepy noise to it, hasn't it?
Kind of, yeah. But you know what? If it goes off, great. That's what we're here for.
That's it.
Yeah.
Donovan's gone on a what? Sorry about me yawning there, but Donovan's gone off on a wander.
I'm here now.
He's back again. Oh, I was just going to use your torch and you've turned it off for a second. Yeah. Did anybody hear something now?
Movement, yeah.
Movement, yeah. If there's anybody here with us now, if you can hear my voice, you've got me, Jamie, you've got Donovan, you've got Lee, and you've got Jonathan. If that's you, can you make yourself known, please? Can you come and talk to us? You don't have to be afraid of us.
We're friendly.
My bone.
I was just going to say there was something there then.
Yeah, my bone clicked. Go on, Donovan, you shout out.
Are you able to come over here and talk to us? Can you come and talk in this red box what I'm holding in my hand, please? We just want to know your story. Have you been here for a long time?
I just sat back in my chair, that was the click, sorry. Lee, do you want to have a go calling out?
Yeah. Is there anybody here with us now? Can you knock on one of the doors? Can you open the door? Can you make one of the lights go off? There's a few REM pods in the middle room and little lights. Can you set them off? They make a loud noise, but it's nothing to be scared of. Just let us know you're around.
What was that then?
Oh, it's next to us.
I thought that right in between us sounded like a boot.
It sounded like it was here.
Yeah.
It's like a knock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Thank you. Can you do that again? There's a little ball on the table. Can you make it light up for us? It won't harm you.
Jonathan, you haven't called out yet. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah. Come on, I'm inviting you into the room. You come into the middle room. And we're sat down. You want you come and sit with us? You're quite welcome. Won't do you any harm. I just want to talk to you. Can you make a sound? Or can you touch one of the little balls and make them flash? Just do something to let us know where you are. Don't need to be afraid.
Just out there, then did anybody hear the tap?
I heard somebody.
Yeah.
Come on, if that's you, come closer. Come on, don't be afraid. It don't mean you any harm. It can't harm you at all. So we're inviting you in. Just make a noise and let us know where you are now.
If Claire is here and you'd like to come forward, Claire, please do so. You know we're not here to harm anyone. If you can bring other people forward, that would be great as well. There's a lot of items on the floor. If you touch any of them, they'll give us an indication that you're around. If you can make lights go off, that would be fantastic. But it's up to you what you can do. So please, let us know you're around. Did anybody hear the voice then?
I thought I did.
Like
Over
yeah.
there. Yeah. But I didn't know if it was just the building or...
Can you do that again? Can you say hello to us? Are you able to tell us your name?
Are you able to show yourself to us? We heard that you like to show yourself as a shadow. Can you do that now for us, please?
That's my stomach.
Oh, really cold.
Have you?
Really, really. I've got a t-shirt, a jumper, a hoodie and my coat.
And all of a sudden...
And all of a sudden I've gone ice cold.
Are you over by Jonathan? Can you touch one of us if you're close to us, please?
Can you tap one of us on the shoulder? Is that you making me feel cold?
Does anybody keep thinking there's a whispering?
I hear something.
Somebody
But
talking.
Do you know what it's like? It's like And the radio one, but in the distance.
That's the one. Are you trying to make conversation with us? Do you want to talk to us? Is there anyone in this room who wants to talk to us? Or is there anyone in the room you'd like to talk to? It's a very good opportunity for you. It's your chance to make contact with us as it is with you.
That water stopped.
No, I can still hear the water.
All right.
Could you close the door? Please don't be afraid of us. I'm not going to do you any harm.
Are you able to set one of these devices off? What was that?
I just heard that.
Yeah, there was like a voice there.
Yeah. That was clear.
Try again, Don.
Is that you? Did you just speak? There's definitely a voice there.
Yeah, I heard that myself.
Weren't you recording that? No.
No. No.
God.
Did you just speak? Were you trying to say a message? Can you say that message again, please? If you don't want us down here, can you do a loud noise right now, please?
Are you able to make any of the lights go off? Make them flicker? Could you do that for us?
My camera was on, so hopefully the voice was captured on that.
It wasn't that.
It came from out there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Why don't you step into the room? No need to be frightened. Just come towards us. We just want to communicate with you. There's an empty chair. You can come and sit down. You're more than welcome. Can you go near some of the little objects on the floor and see what they do?
There's something in the room.
In this room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right next to you, Donovan. I thought I seen a figure with like a hood.
Here in the doorway?
Right to your right now, right next to you.
Are you stood right next to me? Go on, go and speak. This red box in my hand, you can speak into it. And we'll be able to hear you.
See, I can see the silhouette of you.
What was that then, that light?
Whoa.
See the light there?
I did.
Is that something on my head then?
I don't know, I can't see you.
Wait, something's going off in the hallway. Because something's
Something's
flashing.
on my head.
Because that light's brighter than normal, isn't it? Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see something flashing?
go and have a look.
Something's flashing here.
I can see it. What is it?
No idea. I don't know if it's my REM pod or... It's got to be my REM pod.
Does your REM pod not have any sound?
Yeah, it does, but it's... I don't know where that flashing is coming from. 1 minute.
Is it still?
That's me.
Maybe jump.
What is that flashing? Oh, it's the temperature on my REM pod. Sorry.
Oh, so we're alright.
Yeah, it's the temperature on my REM pod.
You're going to set that off again now, aren't you? Just so people know.
I'm just trying not to stand on it.
What's that?
REM pod. Now my REM pod's going off.
Yeah, but you're nowhere near it.
I know. So that means the temperature's dropped.
Thank you.
That's why the blue light was indicating and now the noise.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
There's something next to it.
Yeah, so the temperature around it's dropped.
Mm.
Is that you?
That's good.
Mm.
Can you do it again, please?
Yeah.
Okay, can you stop it? Please stop. No, what's going on?
Can you move away from it, please?
That's different. Yeah, that's continuously going off.
Well, maybe it's picking up the whole temperature down there. Because you'll know when it goes off because you'll hear the different beep. And that's when them REM pods there, when you hear it, that's when it will start making a different noise. Can you touch that device, please? It'll start flashing.
Does it usually do that, Donovan?
Yeah, because it picks up the temperature, but it normally does that straight away when you turn it on. And it's been on for over 10 minutes now.
Yeah. Now it's bleeping.
Mm.
Is that a new thing on them?
Yeah, it's the newest REM pod out by that device, and it's you put like a new temperature or something in it. But this is the first time I'm using it, so
yeah.
So I'm getting used to it, and this is a perfect place to use it as well.
Mm-hmm. Should it go or keep going like this, or does it? Oh.
Can you touch that device? It should flash green. I don't know if something's interacting with it.
Do you?
I don't know if it is. I'm going to go and put it in the other setting just so that noise stops. That's me again.
Do you know he's got me every time? I forget about that one in the door. Oh God, they're all going off.
Whoa, now the REM pod's going off.
Is that not you?
That's not me, that's all the way over there.
Can you do that again for us, please?
Can you do that again, please?
That was interesting, that.
Mm.
Can you make any of the lights? No. Just as about to say.
My camera's gone off.
Hey? Your camera's gone off?
I think the battery's been drained.
You're joking?
Oh no, it just says power turned off by eco mode, but it's never done that before. It never turns off by itself.
Doesn't it?
No, I pressed record and everything.
Wonder when that went off.
That is weird because it's never done that before. It was recorded, I left it on record and everything.
If there's somebody here and you're using the items for energy,
sorry,
can you show yourself or make the lights flicker? Or are you just trying to build up energy to show us something? Please let us know you're around. We're not here to do you any harm. We never have done, we never will do. We don't mean you any kind of disrespect. We don't mean you any harm whatsoever. What was that?
That was Midsummer.
Was it?
Yeah.
I heard that from here.
I heard it as well.
I was worried about my camera though because it's never done that before. Like it just doesn't go off.
You're going to set that REM pod off again now, aren't you? Right. Yeah. That was the other one. That was the other one.
That was the one all the way down the hallway then.
Yeah, what was that flashing light then?
That was the REM pod as well. That was my light.
Ah, right, okay.
Were you touching my REM pod? You touching one of the devices on the floor? Come on, make yourself known, please.
Nice one.
That's the REM pod now. That's the when it starts interacting.
Yeah, go on, keep going.
Can you do that again, please?
Can you try again? Can you make that noise again? Just touch the aerial. Touch one of the items on the floor and let them sound off. And ask again if you're here with us. If you're able to see us or able to talk to us, please do so. We promise you, we don't mean you any harm.
That's the temperature thing again.
Thank you. Can you make any other sounds with it? Can you make it go off again for us? That's when he asked her to do something, wasn't it?
I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know what that means because I am, as I said, I'm new to this device.
No, that's okay.
It's the first time using it.
Sounds like Morse code, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, yeah. But what that means is it's the temperature, the coldness has dropped to something.
So we've had two different sounds off it now, haven't we?
Yeah, the one with the green light was more convincing because it was, that means that the barrier's been broken around it, what the aerial gives off. But for me, But for me, that bleeping just means that the temperature's dropped. But that could just be natural because it is freezing down there.
Well, it's nice to have logics as well.
Yeah,
Well, maybe it's not paranormal. I'm sure there's movement in this room.
Yeah. And we definitely, me and Leah before, definitely did hear a voice out there.
Yeah, plain as day.
Yeah.
That's going faster.
Mm-hmm.
Does sound like Morse code, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can you touch that device, please? It'll light up green.
It's going faster. That's where your temperatures don't drop and go like that suddenly, do they? Hey?
What's that? I think I'd have seen a shadow then. What was that?
So that was going off really fast and then all of a sudden it stopped.
Yeah.
Now that's temperature. Temperature just doesn't change just like that.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Where are you, like?
I'm here, mate.
Yeah.
I swear I keep seeing shadows, but it could just be my eyes.
Put a torch on for 1 sec, show me where you are. Oh,
Right.
it's okay.
What happened?
I thought you were there.
All right.
But did you feel like someone was there?
Someone there?
Yeah.
Really?
No movement.
That's my stomach rumbling now. Are you in this room with us? What?
That's made me uneasy now, that, because...
Are you stood next to Jonathan?
If you sat on a chair... If you have, can you move that chair? Or can you tap on the table?
On the table there's an item. It's like a little round ball. If you can move it or touch it, it should flicker all different colours. If you can do that to communicate with us, that would be good. We also understand that if you can't, you can't. But if there's anything else you can do, make them sounds again. We'd really appreciate it. We know you're around and we know you can hear us. We are here as friends. I say many times before, we're here as friends of yours, of the building, of the people who come in the building, and even, you know, people who reside here. We'd really like to get in touch with you. And if there's any way you can make contact with us, please let us know. If that's making the bleeping noises, that's fine by me.
What was that then? Was that water dripping?
Yeah, we've got water dripping.
Come on, we know you're here, so there's no point hiding. Just come and speak to us. Can you do that again, please?
Here we go again.
So that means the temperature's dropped again. There we go.
There we go. Now
That's good.
that's very good. That one.
Yeah. Do it again. Go on. Touch it.
I've just got goosebumps all over me, and I've just gone literally freezing cold.
That one is cold.
It's gone now. Goosebumps and everything have gone. It's like somebody walked next to me and walked away. Are you able to tell us you're here? Is that the way you now found out how to communicate with us? Can you do it again? Okay, thank you.
Go on, get closer. You'll make even more loud noises.
Stomach.
A rumbling noise in there. It's nice, isn't it?
No longer. Yeah.
If that was you what made that sound and that's your way of communicating with us, that is fantastic. We really like that. If you want to communicate more and you're able to and you've got the energy to, if you can make that go off again, that sounds like you're doing, if that's your way of doing it, please feel free to do so. If there's anything else you can do, let us know. It's up to you on the way you want to communicate with us. But what I do like is you're trying with that sound. If you can understand what I'm saying, you can make that sound again go off, that would be brilliant. And then ask again if there's anybody here with us now. Anyone who can hear my voice, please come forward.
Not with me.
Okay. None of us are going to do you any harm. We're not here to hear you or make fun of you. We just want to talk to you. And if you can make that noise again, if that's your way of communicating with us, we really don't mind. Who hasn't had a shout? Lee, you have a go because you haven't shouted.
Yeah. If there's anybody here, can you go and touch that device? It won't harm you. Can you set the lights off on it, please? Can you make one of the little balls light up? Thank you.
Sure.
Can you stop it? If you go towards it, the green lights will come on. Can you touch it? Won't hurt you. Just let us know that you're here.
Funny how it goes off for a while and all of a sudden just bump.
If you touch the area, they'll light up green.
Sorry, I've got an itchy arm, sorry.
Or come and step in the doorway where we can see you. Tell us how many are here. Make a noise, show yourself. Just let us know that you're here.
Sure, I'm just in a light.
Whereabouts?
Out there then.
What was it? Light?
Just like a quick light, you know, to the right.
Like a flash.
Yeah, I can see your camera, Donovan. I can see the screen at the back, lighting up the wall. But it was slightly brighter than that.
If that was you, can you do it again for us, please?
Just to make you aware, you may not have seen the items on the floor and you're wondering what they are. They're just little things to make sounds or lights. They won't do you any harm, they won't trap you. They're just there for us.
It's an easy way for you to communicate. It shows that you're here with us. But if you wish to show yourself or touch one of us, then feel free.
Come on, shows you around, please. You know some of us. Donovan's never been here before. And it'd be great if you could just make him welcome, make a sound or something. Just let him know that you're fine with him being here like the rest of us. Well, you can hear the second part of that next week on the show because it's quite a good one, that one, really, wasn't it?
It was, you know.
And Donovan enjoyed it.
Yeah, he really did, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, what was good about that first part, though, is the REM pods and that going off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to say too much about it because obviously we've got the second part next week and you know, I might give too much away and I don't want to.
No.
But it was a nice little relaxing investigation.
It was.
You know, and we wear social distancing in case anybody asks.
Yeah,
we wear social distancing. Yes. What I've got is I've got the task cam, haven't I? Yeah. And I'm just holding out, getting everybody's recordings. Yeah. And it was good. Yeah. Enjoyed it. I'm glad Donovan enjoyed it because, you know, it was his first time here.
I know.
Which I thought was brilliant of him.
Really good.
Now, Jonathan, do you know what we haven't done tonight?
Go on.
Well, obviously, because we had the interview and the investigation.
Yeah.
We haven't told anyone how they can get in touch with us. Now, I'm going to cheat, and you'll hear the pens dropping because I've got it in front of me on a piece of paper, haven't I?
You cheat.
We've had a leaflet done. Of course I'm a cheat. It's not cheating, it's called using your nous.
It is.
So if anybody wants to join us on the show, and they can do, if they contact us, we can book them in for an interview, which would be great. They can contact us on info.accessparanormal@gmail.com, or go onto our Facebook page. So our Facebook page is we're always monitoring it. So if anybody wants to, then you can contact us there on Access Paranormal Radio Podcast.
Yeah.
And also on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram is Access Paranormal Radio Podcast.
Yeah.
And is it going to be the end of next week? Well, the end of next week. We're going to have another 2 shows put onto the onto YouTube.
Up onto YouTube,
and that's Access Paranormal Radio Podcast as well, if anybody didn't know.
Certainly is.
So, I mean, the ones that are going out there, I mean, we're starting to get some subscribers now. We need more.
Yeah, we do need more.
Yeah, if anybody's out there, please subscribe.
Yeah. So tell your friends.
Yeah. Even Dark Territory, they watch it. Watch it, listen to it.
Tell your friends, tell
everybody
family.
Listens to it.
Tell your brothers, tell your sisters, your aunties, your uncle.
The ghosts, anything. Even the ghosts can subscribe.
Yeah.
But no, if anybody wants to, please go along and subscribe and just enjoy the shows. Every single one of them is going to be up there on the... in the end, we're going to have all 30... Well, it's going to be 32 by the time we've had it all done.
Yeah,
maybe 34, depending on how many we put up in one go.
Yeah.
We don't want to overpower people.
No, we don't.
But, you know, the ones that are up there, there's some interesting stuff on them.
Some good stuff there.
You got Shell Shaw.
Yeah.
Lynn
Murphy.
Liz War. Terry Crozier.
Yeah.
Jess and... Is it Jess?
Jennifer.
Jess and Jennifer. Jill and Jennifer. Oh my word! One of these days I'll get them right, won't I? I am terrible for names. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm awful for names, aren't I, Lee?
No.
I said Lee there. You didn't even notice. I was also talking to another good friend of ours as well, who's going to be coming back on.
Oh, go on.
Yeah. In fact, his book's going to be audio, which is going to be brilliant. So you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, Magister.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
J.K. Magister.
Yeah.
He's going to be coming back on, and we're going to be talking to him again. So, and he'll be interesting because I love his stuff about the astral projection, and he can go deeper than that because he's very intellectual with it all.
Yeah, that's right.
My son, Mark,
he's coming on, isn't he?
He's coming on as well. I'm looking forward to that because he's my son and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of both my sons, Mark and Ian. But to get Mark on, and he's going to be talking about audio,
right?
And I don't want to say too much about that neither because it will spoil it. But his theory on the audio is brilliant.
Right, okay.
He's just been on another podcast.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I would recommend is Crow 777. You can get them on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's been interviewed by them and he loved it. And he was on another one, but I can't remember what it was this time. And he was being interviewed on that one as well of his audio.
Right, okay.
He sent me the script of it.
Yeah.
But he said, listen to it, Dad. It sounds better when you listen to it. It will be because you know what I'm like for reading.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to my son coming on. So in the not too distant future, my son Mark Williams will be sitting here with us being interviewed. I cannot wait.
I can't wait for that one.
And for anybody who well, nobody would know my son, would they really?
No.
But for anybody out there listening to it, he is brilliant. His theories and the way he talks about the audio is brilliant.
I love that side of things. I do like listening to that type of thing. When
I was talking to him earlier on, and he turned round and he said to me, you know, the audio and the paranormal will be good. You know, it explaining things with the audio. So that'll be an interesting one. It'll be nice to see his side of it. And also he'll be talking about, you know, these electronical devices and the way he thinks about the electronical side of it. You know, your mobile phones recording, you know, and things like that. So that'll be interesting because he's going to throw another interesting angle into the paranormal world, which I can't wait to do.
Right, okay.
You know, so we'll have him on hopefully he'll stay for the full show. Well, he's going to do a choice. I'll be giving him a lift, will I?
Yeah,
We've got a captured person. But no, it's going to be great.
Tie them up this time.
No blackmailing or nothing. Yeah, so it'd be great to have my son Mark in, and
it'd be good that.
You know, I wonder if Ian had come in, my other son.
You never know.
I don't know. It'd be great. I mean, I don't whether he's into the paranormal. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
so anybody out there, I'll announce when Mark Williams, my son's, coming in, and he'll be able to listen into the audio side of it.
Yeah.
I think he's got a posher name for it. We just call it audio.
Yeah,
we're the old style.
Vibrations and all that stuff.
Yeah. So to have Mark coming in, to have J.K. Magister coming in.
Yeah.
Superb.
Brilliant.
And then we've got all the other ones. We've got an interview with an Australian.
Yeah.
So it's all coming. It's all coming to fruition. Loving it. Loving every minute of it.
We're all booked up.
I know. We certainly are, which is great.
Which is brilliant.
And I mean, we've had some good feedbacks on the mini invests we do. I mean, we are sorry that we can only do them in one location at the moment.
Yeah, but
soon we'll be able to go out and about and spread our wings again, as they would say,
that's it.
And get out there. And like we were saying earlier on about other paranormal groups being able to get out there and do stuff as well, which would be brilliant.
Yeah, well, that's it, and that's what it's all about.
And what we'll do, we'll finish on that note because we're coming to the end of the show.
Oh.
Where's the time gone?
Where has it gone at all?
Yeah. So, Jonathan, thank you for coming in again.
You're welcome.
And for those out there listening, please stay safe. It's almost over now. We'll all be able to get back into our little bigger investigations, meet our friends and go on great ones. And I'm looking forward for all the groups to go out there and do it,
everyone.
So from me and Jonathan, we'd like to thank you for listening in again, and we'll be back here again next week, sitting in the same seats, doing the same things. So good night.